Hey everyone, I'm Ashley. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley, and welcome back to Freedom Friday. Today we are just going to talk a little bit about Ascension symptoms and things that you may be experiencing as you come into consciousness or have a spiritual awakening, as you're doing the decolonizing work. As I've spoke to this before, our bodies are in constant relationship with us. Our bodies are systems, and they inform us, and we inform our bodies. And so some of what we can experience as we're experiencing different realms of consciousness and elevating our frequency is very physical. And sometimes it can look like sickness, but it's not. It is just your body detoxing and your body shifting as you are elevating and as you're ascending. So I just want to speak to coming into consciousness quickly, or awakening, ascending, whatever the word you use. So consciousness is like a place of being, and a lot of folks aren't conscious. A lot of folks are just existing within the system. And so coming into consciousness is actually a large threat to these systems and structures in place. And that's why we see like plant medicines being illegal. That's why we see access to just general well-being harder, and kind of more access is only as a privilege, because as we have awakened and as we have good health, we no longer have to rely on these systems. And so yeah, coming into consciousness is a big threat to these structures, and honestly humanity's survival, yours and mine, and the planet depends on us coming into consciousness and awakening and accessing greater realms of being. So it can be really hard, it can be messy, it can be seemingly violent, it can be hard. It can be hard. And so I'm thinking back to a couple of my awakenings, and I really wish I would have had a video like this, which is why I'm doing it. I was labeled with mental illness both of the times that I had really large spiritual awakenings, and now that I'm aware of what happened, I just want to put this out there so that whoever needs it finds it and can use it. Know that there's nothing wrong with you. Know that your body's responding as well as it can, as it should, to you shifting out of the matrix, right? And coming into consciousness, coming into more harmony within yourself, with those around you, with the world. That's what it is. So life will be different after you come into consciousness, and it's not just like a one-time thing. Like I've said in many of my videos, once you commit to this way of life, and once you experience life differently through consciousness or through an ascension or an awakening, it's going to be really hard to go back, because you're going to have knowledge that you didn't have before. So just know, it's like that quote that we see on memes, you know, like, oh, I can't unsee this. Well, once you go through this process, you can't undo it. You can't go back. And so just to say all that, I want to say I'm going to list some ascension symptoms, and then some ways, excuse me, some ways that you can deal through the heal. It's really important that you have the information so that you can pivot your focus from, oh my God, something's wrong with me, I need to be fixed, to, oh, my body's communicating that I'm shifting and that I'm changing and that this knowledge is new. And so yeah, it's just a different way of looking at it. So, excuse me. Oh, that's actually one of them, is throat sensitivity and needing to clear your throat more. So now that I've said that one, we don't have to go back. So just to start with these, and this isn't everything, it's just some things that could seem unnormal to your normal life or your everyday life, and not to raise a red flag that something's wrong with you, but just to, you know, alert you to your body communicating about this. And yeah, so body aches and pains, sometimes headaches, vivid, intense dreams, large, fast mood shifts, energy movement within your body, or like you can feel stagnant energy, and that can cause some aches and pains. Sorry. Externally, seeing synchronized numbers, like when you look at the clock, or usually the clock is a big one, especially since we have digital clocks. License plate numbers, radio stations, TV stations. If you see synchronicity in your numbers, phone numbers, when you see an ad on TV, and synchronicity means like 1111, 222, 333. Those could all be ways that the universe is communicating with you. Emotional distress or discomfort, blurred vision, ringing in your ears, that's a big one for me. Straight up fatigue or insomnia, trouble sleeping or waking up in like the super early mornings, or super early hours of the morning. So, you know, like between 2 and 4 a.m. Excuse me. You could have heart palpitations or excessive sweating. You could also have, a big one is appetite changes, or like no longer being able to stomach your favorite foods. And that has a lot to do with the way foods are processed. And so as your body's detoxing, it can reject foods that typically have no problem with. And a couple of these symptoms can also speak to that, like diarrhea and nausea. You could feel dizzy or feel floaty, irritability, and some aches in joints. So these are just a few of the symptoms that you could experience. And so just be mindful about that if that comes up for you. Just know that it could be an awakening, it could be coming into consciousness. You don't necessarily have to go see a doctor. And then I want to speak to how to work with those things, right? Like as you notice them, how to heal through that, right? How to deal with that. So depending upon what you're experiencing, rest is a big one, and that could mean physical rest, like napping, or it could just be like taking breaks off of social media rest, limiting the information that you're intaking from external environments, such as TV, radio. I know when I've experienced my awakenings, those are really big triggers for me. I am receiving messages that aren't necessarily meant for me via these larger platforms. And so yeah, just be mindful about who is giving you the information, and if you need to take a break from it, take a break from it. So yeah, eat more fruits and veggies and nuts, eat raw and eat the rainbow. I haven't done a video on chakras, but as you eat, we have 7 chakras in our bodies, and they're the colors of the rainbow. And so as you eat colors and eat the rainbow, you eat for those different chakras and for those energy points, and that can help move the energy, that can help lessen the symptoms, and that can help just maintain a healthy being. Drink tons of water, because as you're detoxing, and like I've spoken to this before, water is a living element, so water can change the frequency. It can help support that immensely, and we're made up of mostly water. So replacing just take tons of water. You can always add lemon or citrus to your water for more of a detox or a cleanse. Just drink tons of water. Cut the soda, cut the sugar. I'm drinking coffee, but drink lots of water. Another tangible way of doing this is you can journal, so you can document what you're going through, and how you're feeling and what's triggering you. This is helpful so that you can look back on it, so that when it happens again, you have a good idea of how your body reacts and how your body communicates to you that this is happening, and how to better facilitate these changes for yourself. Move, so dance or stretch, go for a walk, just enjoy movement, enjoy it. Don't feel like you have to go on the elliptical or for whatever. It's not that, it's just moving so that you can get the energy moving, because that's how energy will move. Just move. Also, for those of you having vivid or intense dreams, you can start a dream journal. And what that can, you just write down whatever you can remember. Let me see what my notes say. So, I wrote a lot about this. Oh, okay. So yeah, many solutions and things, as you're going through consciousness, many things will come to you through dream world. And so if you're having vivid symbology, like last night I dreamed about spiders, and I haven't looked it up yet, but it was super vivid for me. I hate spiders, so seeing them in my dreams is not awesome. So yeah, just jot down what it was that you remember, the symbology, colors, people who appear. You don't necessarily need to like psychoanalyze this, just jot it down as you remember it, and then you can always go back to it as your ascension continues, and as you continue to shift into higher realms of consciousness, the symbology in your dreams might make more sense. So if you jot it down with a date, especially, then you can totally go back and it can really help make sense later. And then spend time in nature. Ground with the elements. I've already mentioned the importance of water, but keeping yourself grounded on this planet as you have access to higher realms is really important. It will help you to not get a schizophrenic diagnosis. So yeah, just stay grounded, and play in nature. Take time to just go crunch on the leaves if it's fall where you are. Harvest some stuff. You can pick up some pine cones or sticks, rocks, all of those things. Just spending some time in nature can really help you out. And there's also other ways, you could use essential oils or herbal teas. You can use other things to help you ground and heal through everything. So if you want to do this work one-on-one, hit me up. My website is www.happyhealingessentials.com. You're always welcome to email me at happyhealingessentials@gmail.com. Always down to hear from y'all. You can leave a comment if they're cool. I've gotten a couple shitty comments from the Unpacking White Supremacy video, and yeah, those aren't going to stick around. So if that's what you need to do you, that's fine, but just know that's not a place for this. We're building a supportive healing community, and we're not going to take dicks. So yeah. So yeah, this is a short episode. Like I said, I really wish I would have had more insight on healing and ascending and coming into consciousness when I was going through it, because mine were incredibly traumatic. But here I am doing it for you so that you don't have to go through that. And that's what I'm happy to help with, and that's happy healing. So I hope y'all are doing well. Just stay well. We're gonna get through this. The year is almost over. And just know that 2020 is about vision. This has been a crazy wild year for everyone on this planet. And it's supposed to be like that. Like we're all going through an awakening. We're all being met with truths that haven't been truths for us before. We're accepting new knowledge. We're witnessing new experiences, and all of those things are going to feed into your new reality and your consciousness and your awakening and your ascension. And I can feel it, and it's really exciting. Like Yeah, so I hope this helps you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. There's tons of resources on this stuff online too. Just know that you're not alone. Know that it's normal. It's normal for your body to respond and react to new information, and this is what the process looks like. It's normal for the systems to, be in communication, and just honor yourself, honor your being, honor your body as much as you can. And yeah, take care. All right, y'all. I'll see you later.